In this video we are going to talk about how to paint edges. Now most of the people who start painting, they find painting the edges very challenging because it's very difficult to keep the color very neat and sharp at the edge. I will show you how to paint the edge easily. The solution here is picking up a lot of paint with your brush. So your brush must be, now I will show you what happens when there is not enough paint in your brush. So I'm taking out all the paint. You can see my brush doesn't have enough paint on it. And when I start to paint the edge, you can see that the brush, let me wipe the brush. Okay, so when I start to paint the edge, you can see that the brush is going to split here. You can see that the brush is splitting. Here you can see that the brush is splitting. I don't have enough paint in my brush, and the brush here it's splitting, and I don't know if you can see it clearly here. So here, if you can see, the brush here it's splitting, the edges are coming out, and all these, I don't have control over the flow of the paint anymore. So the trick here is to have a lot of paint on your brush. So I'm picking up, and I pick up the paint. I make sure like my brush is loaded. This is what a loaded brush looks like. This is something that you need to recognize as artists. Okay, once your brush is dry, you need to load it up again like this. So now here, if you can see, I will use this to paint the edge. You can see that blob there forming defines the edge of the shape. I just keep dragging that paint along the thing. Now as you can see here, if you see here, now where the color is sufficient, it forms a neat edge. As the color starts to run out, you can see that edge of the paint starts to getting crooked. Okay, starts becoming crooked. So to get that edge as neat, I need to pick up paint again, and I need to put it there, and need to control that paint again. So once I have enough paint, you can see that the edge becomes neat. Okay, this is a really good skill if you're going to do graphic design or flat color or making abstract shapes. So when you have a curve, you can use the brush in different directions. But the trick is to have a lot of paint in your brush. Once the paint is dry, once the brush does not have enough paint, then it will be very difficult to get that neat line. Okay, so here again you can see the brush is dry, not enough paint, and the edges starts getting crooked.